Hey guys, thanks for joining me on another video. In today's video, I want to talk about 5 businesses that must have general liability insurance right away. The first business that must have general liability are general contractors. Now, one of the big misnomers that we hear in the industry are that general contractors believe they don't need coverage because their subcontractors carry general liability insurance. Now, this cannot be further from the truth. Let's think about this. You're a general contractor. You sign a contract as the prime contractor on the job. Let's say you're contracting with a homeowner. You're doing a room addition. Who has that contract with the homeowner? You do. Who does the homeowner know or come to if there are any issues on that job? You, as the general, right? As the prime. They know you. So let's say you hire a roofer. In the course of the roofer's operations, when they come on that job, they cause damage to the home. Let's say they leave the roof open, they don't tarp it, rains come overnight, damages the inside of the home. Now you have a problem, right? The homeowner's going to come to you, say, what are we going to do to fix this? Now, if you don't have insurance, but they make the demand against you, or let's say they file it with their homeowner's insurance, that homeowner's carrier comes back to you to subrogate. Let's say worst case scenario, and this happens a lot, they get an attorney. The attorney sues you. What insurance policy are you going to depend on to protect you in that lawsuit and to protect you against that claim? Well, you might say, okay, I have additional insured endorsement. I have a subcontractor agreement with the roofer. It's not so simple. You don't want to go out and hire your own attorney, right? You don't want to have your own defense. You don't want to spend that money. Better yet, you have a general liability policy that you can tender that claim to. Now you have a general liability insurer that will handle it for you and subrogate against the roofer. You need to have proper certificates of insurance, additional named insureds, subcontractor agreements, hold harmless language, indemnification language for that roofer to ensure that your insurance carrier can properly handle the matter against them. The number 2 industry is all contractors. Why? Well, things don't just happen during the course of the work. Third-party property damage or bodily injury doesn't always come up while the work is going on, but it can come up further down the road. This is where I talk about the occurrence form trigger. This is where I talk about property damage triggers and bodily injury triggers on other videos in my YouTube channel. It's not always during the time you have the policy that those issues are going to arise. Statute of limitations for certain types of projects could be 9 or 10 years down the road. That's why it's important to maintain consistent general liability insurance to make sure that you have a carrier to report that claim against should damage or injury arise after the fact. Number 3 should be product manufacturers. People get confused sometimes by product liability and general liability. General liability policies have products included in the general liability form. So whether it's product liability or general liability, make sure as a manufacturer you protect yourself against third-party injury or property damage as a result of the product that you manufacture. Also, there's a premise exposure. If you're conducting work on other people's property, if you're manufacturing products and people are coming on to see or view the products that you're doing, or look at the products, or watch your manufacturing exposure, you need to have general liability for the premise and for your completed and products exposures. And when it comes to manufacturers, when it comes to product liability, it's really important that you understand claims-made policies. Lots of product liability policies are written on what's called a claims-made form. This is completely different than what I talked about before when it comes to an occurrence policy. Claims-made triggers are different. The retroactive dates or understanding that are really important. The number 4 type of business that should always have general liability and needs to get it right away are businesses in the hospitality industry. Let's talk mainly about restaurants. You have patrons that come onto your property. You have a premise exposure. You have patrons that eat your food. You have a bodily injury exposure. We had a claim about a year and a half ago where one of the patrons bit into a fork, broke their tooth, and filed a claim against the restaurant. That's where the general liability coverage comes in. We had a claim a few years back where people got sick from the food at our client's restaurant. That's where bodily injury and general liability coverage comes in. So as a restaurant owner, make sure you have coverage. The number 1 claim we see from restaurants are slip and falls at the premise. Same goes for bars. We had a claim recently where a patron left the bar, tripped outside on the sidewalk, hurt themselves pretty badly, claim gave back against the bar. General liability and liquor liability, really important for bar owners. Let's talk about general liability, assault and battery. You should make sure that you have assault and battery coverage, whether it's sublimited or covered and not excluded at all on your general liability policy if you're serving alcohol at your establishment. And 5th but not least are any of your main street type businesses, whether that's cafes, your yogurt shops, your ice cream parlors, your apparel, your clothing, your whatever it may be. If you're a main street type business where you have foot traffic, premise liability exposures happen at these types of locations. And you have people buying product at your location, you should have general liability insurance to make sure that you cover your exposures for your business. If you have any questions about general liability pertaining to any of these industries or others, give us a call here at our office. Our number is 858-384-1506. You can also email hello@foagency.com, where we will respond and help you. If you find my YouTube videos to be useful and they help in all of your business matters, please like my video, subscribe to our channel, hit that little notification bell so you're notified of any future videos. And if you comment on my videos, I will respond to all of them. I really do appreciate your support. We spend a lot of time building these videos so that you're educated on all of these different types of insurance questions that you may have. So your support means a lot. Thank you so much for watching this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.